Hey, picture this. You're texting a friend. She says something vague. You pause, wondering, wait, is she hinting at something? Does she really mean what she said? But you're staring at a screen, no facial expressions, no vocal tone, no body language, just ... words, and the silence that follows. It gets frustrating. You want to scream? Can you please stop beating around the bush? Just say what you mean, but you hold back, because deep down you know, pushing too hard might trigger a defensive response or worse, an argument. Meanwhile, on the other side of the phone, your friend is also struggling. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings. She's trying to be gentle, polite, and careful. She starts speaking in circles, maybe even says things she doesn't fully mean, half-truths, a few white lies. And in doing so, ends up contradicting what she really feels. Now both sides are stressed, confused, and emotionally drained. Sounds familiar? Does this happen in your daily life? So what can we do? What would the Buddha say? The Buddha taught the practice of right speech. When we let go of craving to be liked, to avoid discomfort, to get approval, and let go of ill will, like the desire to punish, guilt trip, or win, then what we say becomes clearer, lighter, and free from harm. That's how communication becomes healing instead of stressful. And that's how we start to experience real peace, even in a digital world. Communication has always been a vital part of our lives. A wrong word can sow enmity or even cause a war. Nothing has changed since the Buddha's time. Therefore, right speech in the Noble Eightfold Path is not just important, it is essential. It leads to both worldly and ultimate happiness.
Welcome back to Unveiling Buddhism, episode 52, as we explore the profound practice of right speech. The key to reducing stress in our communication is trusting that our words come from the right place. Not perfect, not designed to please everyone, but rooted in care and clarity. So, what do we mean by right? It means we're not speaking to harm. We're not driven by craving or ill will. There is no need to impress, attack, or manipulate. When our intention is honest and wholesome, even if someone misunderstands us, we don't accumulate guilt or negative karma. That's the power of right speech. It clears the fog and lifts the emotional weight we often carry after a conversation. Whether we are texting a friend, emailing a colleague, or navigating a tough meeting, we can communicate with confidence and ease because we know where our words are coming from. Let's explore some real-life examples of how right speech works in practice. In our first example, we witness Alex and Jamie chatting via WhatsApp about meeting up.
Hey, it's me. We have to meet up soon. It's been forever. When are you free? Alex thinking. She's gotta be happy to hear from me. We were such close friends back in school. Those were such good times.
Yeah, let's meet up someday. Jamie's thinking. I don't really feel like catching up, but I don't want to be rude either. Maybe if I'm vague enough, he'll get the hint and not push. Right here, something small but important happens. Jamie, trying to sound polite, says something she doesn't really mean. Her craving to maintain a good impression and avoid awkwardness leads her to speak without honesty. It's a little thing, but small things grow.
Cool, how about next weekend? Saturday or Sunday? You can reply, you know.
Alex stares at it, then deletes it before sending, leaves the conversation hanging.
What the heck? Am I not even worth a simple reply now? Was I wrong to reach out? What is holding her up?
Next morning, Alex, still unsettled, sends an email.
Hey, just checking if you saw my message yesterday about meeting up.
Notice what's happening now. Jamie thought her non-committal reply would gently discourage further conversation. Alex, however, interpreted it as excitement and interest. Each person is seeing the same words, but through very different lenses, shaped by their own hopes, fears, and assumptions. Oh, super busy lately. We'll have to see. After reading the message, Alex gets more angry.
We'll have to see?
In his mind, he thinks,
Just say no if you don't want to meet. Stop pretending. Since when did Jamie become this fake? just because she started working?
Alex's mind is no longer just disappointed, it's burning. His simple wish to reconnect has been hijacked by craving. Craving for a certain kind of response from a friend he treasured. When that craving isn't fulfilled, resentment blooms, and now ill will arises, the desire to hurt back, to make Jamie feel guilty.
No worries. You are obviously way too busy for old friends.
Finger hovers over the send button. Let's pause right here. Alex is at a crossroads. His mind is full of flashing words. I'm being ignored. I don't matter. She's fake now. I'm being rejected. But are these facts? Or are they projections created by his craving, fear, and hurt? On the surface, it looks like Jamie caused his pain. But look deeper. The real struggle is happening inside Alex's own mind. Alex is now thinking slowly, realizing, oh, I just wanted to catch up, that's all. I didn't start this to prove anything or to feel rejected. Maybe she's changed. Maybe she's busy. Or maybe the friendship had been one-sided all along. But this burning anger, it's me. I don't have to send that message. It is better just to let go.
Electronic communication can be surprisingly stressful. At a smile, a sigh, or a glance, we lose the subtle human signals that help us feel seen and understood. When all we have are words, we fill in the blanks with our own hopes, fears, and insecurities. And that's where misunderstandings begin. As we saw in the example, even a well-meant message can be misinterpreted because people don't just hear your words, they hear them through the filter of their own mind. So what can we do?
If we cling too tightly to being understood, if we crave the perfect reaction, the perfect response, we're chasing the impossible, control over someone else's mind, and that craving creates stress. But here's the key. When we speak with a clear conscience, free from selfish desire, ill will, or hidden agendas, then even if we are misunderstood, we are not shaken. Because we know in our minds, we didn't speak to harm. We didn't speak to manipulate. We spoke from a place of truth and care. That's the essence of right speech. It isn't about saying things perfectly. It's about speaking with integrity, letting go of the outcome, and resting in the peace of knowing. I did not add more harm to the world today, and that is freedom. Of course, miscommunication isn't limited to friendships. Let's step into the workplace now, where stakes are often higher and words are even more carefully measured. In the modern workspace, communication isn't just about what you say, but how much fear and craving rides along with your words. Let's step into a common tense situation between a director and his team member. The department had just undergone a major reorganization and people are feeling demotivated.
So, Anna, I want your honest take on the latest team restructuring. No corporate speak. Just tell me straight what's going on with the team.
Right. Totally straight. Well. Anna's mental note, however, sound like this. My honest take? Is that a trap? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I offend him? Or worse, the higher-ups? Wait a minute. He's not implying that I'm responsible for the low morale in the team, is he? Did you experience similar situations in life? Being pulled aside by your boss for a one-on-one. You wondered, why me? But dare not ask. Yet you are obliged to reply but fear saying the wrong stuff or offending someone else. What if you are misquoted? Stressful, isn't it?
I need real feedback to fix problems before they get bigger. You're one of the few I can count on for being honest with me.
Well, to be honest, some people seem a little unsettled, but it's probably just temporary. Anna's mental note. Water it down. Maybe that was too vague, but if I'm too blunt, he'll think I'm the one stirring trouble or worse.
Temporary or as a deeper?
Anna's attempt to avoid suspicion or be diplomatic caused her to tell half-truths or lie. And all of these is due to her overthinking and projecting her unfounded fear into her reality. Here's Anna's main mistakes. She tried to soften the truth, thinking that would protect herself. But softening in this case led her to say, probably, temporary, and it ended up sounding evasive or dishonest. Chris senses this, which plants doubt about Anna's integrity, even if Chris doesn't say it aloud. Her wishy-washy reply may also lead Chris to conclude that she is not leadership material yet. That could seriously undermine her potential for promotion when the opportunity does arise. The real problem in Anna's case is that she put her fear above the truth and saw the world through tinted lenses. Fear made her prioritize protecting herself over giving helpful, accurate feedback. Anna would have sounded wiser if she had said, "I've noticed some team members seem less engaged or more cautious lately. I can't speak for everyone's thoughts, but there's a general sense of uncertainty that I've observed. I'm happy to share more if you'd like, but I want to be careful not to assume too much beyond what I've seen." Unfortunately, that wasn't how she reacted. Let us continue to listen in and see her reaction. Maybe a bit deeper, there's confusion, some fear of layoffs. Anna's mental note. Shoot, now it sounds like I'm gossiping. What if he thinks I'm negative? Should I have just said everything is fine?
I knew it. I could sense it. Why the hell does no one else speak up until it's too late?
Notice what's happening. Anna's craving to avoid trouble, to maintain a good image leads her to sugarcoat reality. Chris, on the other hand, craving clarity but already carrying frustration, hears vagueness as dishonesty, inevitably feeling a bit disappointed by Anna's reply. Fear and craving, again, distorting the natural flow of communication.
I mean, overall people are still committed, just a bit uncertain about the direction.
Okay, I get it. It's not easy to say these things. Thanks for being real with me, even if it's uncomfortable.
Fear twists our words. Craving for safety, craving for approval. They make us guarded, vague, or defensive. But true communication takes courage. The courage to speak what is needed with care but without fear. Let's also give credit to Chris. Seeing Anna's discomfort with the topic, he didn't push or provoke. Instead, he softened his tone, creating space for Anna to feel safe. That's right intent in action, not just being truthful, but also kind. We hope these two examples gave you insight into practicing right speech. In daily life, many of us speak from a place of protection, trying to shield ourselves or get what we want. And when things don't go our way, we fall into old habits, using guilt to sway, dropping vague hints, or lashing up because we feel hurt. These reactions may feel justified, but they take us further from peace. Right speech begins when we let go of control, when we stop trying to bend others to our will. Speak not from craving, ill will, or deceit. Speak with honesty, anchored in kindness. When our intention is clear and our conscience is clean, we don't need to overthink or defend. We are no longer stuck in reactivity. We're free to speak, and free to let go.
I often find myself saying things that I regret. How can I practice right speech?
One way to avoid regret is to practice a simple habit, and that is to pause before you speak. Even just a 2-second pause gives your mind time to ask, is this true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? This is a form of mindfulness too. Right speech is not about being perfect. It's about speaking with a clean mind, without craving, without anger, without harmful intention. When your intention is right, your words naturally follow. And even if you slip up, it's okay. You can always stop, correct yourself, and grow wiser with each conversation. Practice makes perfect. We hope this episode helps you understand how right intent and right speech can go hand in hand, supporting each other. That's all the time we have today, and remember to stay tuned as we continue to explore the Buddha's first sermon in detail. See you next time.